It's on.
Like
Are you
that.
going already?
Yes.
All right. So
Okay.
Julie was a transgender woman that was just out of the show, and she had shoes in the background, and my distinguished staff, distinguished guests were identifying the shoes by the bottom of the shoe.
They were Christian
Every girl
Louboutins.
would.
Yeah, that's
She's
what I
great
got out
style.
of that segment, right? The
And
fact
my
that she
my
had
senior
Louboutins.
producer got on the phone and went, "Oh, Louis Vuitton." I went, "How do you know that?"
Oh, she
and
said
she goes,
that.
Yeah.
"Trust me, Sam and I need to see
Yeah,
it." I
they
go,
got
"No
the
way."
red bottoms, and she also
And she
had
had a
fierce makeup. She was
makeup.
amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
But
Yeah.
we're talking about this father-daughter incest thing, which was just awful.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
was
just
female.
still-
It was genital. What is it called? Genital sexual.
Sexual attraction.
No.
No,
Genetic
genetic
sexual
sexual
attraction.
attraction.
I still don't understand where the parents come from, because we had that woman that was on the show and she
Barbara.
said she had those feelings for
Yes.
her son, but she didn't act on them,
Right.
thankfully. But where, I mean, is this a misplaced love?
It's something. It's the kind of thing that sometimes people feel for their therapist when they're in therapy. They eroticize the relationship. They eroticize the longing for the holding and the closeness, and it's a misplaced sexualization. It's for people that have deficiencies in these things. They just sort of get too swept into it, and they want to. It's sort of there's various ways of people have various theories about where this goes, what the biology is, but ultimately it becomes a fusion fantasy.
Wow.
Holding.
And we're not just because I read some of the tweets. By us calling it GSA, we are not making an excuse or
No, we
apologizing for
Explaining it.
But
made the
some
point.
people are though, and
We
that's
made
what's
the-
infuriating.
Well, that is infuriating. We made the point that a more global point that people need to contain their impulses. Plato was right.
Yes.
The emotions are this out of control chariot being pulled by horses. You got to be the driver of that chariot.
I really applaud the woman that came on your show and admitted that she had
Yeah.
those feelings,
Yeah.
but she did not act on them. And I think more people that may be in that situation that she is in need to hear what she's saying, because then they know, okay, what I'm feeling is wrong. Someone else felt this way, but guess what? I'm going to go get treatment.
get treatment.
I'm going to work on it.
And
Because
I saw her different than the guy in the story.
Oh,
This
me
woman
too.
just-
That's the thing.
I think for him it was more about sex. For him,
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a power thing. For her, I think she was caught off guard. It was probably a longing, a need to be hugged, like you said.
But the
Yeah.
victim in the father-daughter thing probably had similar feelings to what Barbara had.
Right.
Right.
No,
And
that
he took
makes
advantage
sense.
of that.
Yes, and he took that. Yeah, that's why I blame him way more
Oh,
than I
way
blame
But how
that
criminal
guy.
is it?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it. Of course, it is illegal. But then to reproduce children that are then having all these severe health effects, can't he
So
be held
sad.
accountable for not only victimizing his daughter, but now passing on these?
Yes, they're going to go after him for
He has to pay the state.
expenses.
Expenses,
That's
right.
it, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you're ruining these two children's lives. They have severe health
Yeah,
impairments
you're right.
because of the incestual relationship.
Yeah, thankfully they're in foster care. Hopefully they'll get the medical care they need, because
Yeah.
these parents, come on, with that kind of judgment, I can't imagine them raising these kids.
So follow us on Periscope.
Number one.
And then what is it? Shall we ask the question here? Which is,
I
there's
think
really
you guys touched
Yeah,
on it
there's no
during the
question.
show, but only 10 days.
Right.
So I want to know if they think 10 days
It's fair.
is fair for someone that has pleads guilty to felony incest.
Right.
Let us know.
Okay.